Alright, what up, y'all? It's Metaphor back for more to keep the raw, represent everyone as you and I verse. We're going to do a video on the moon in Taurus, being fixed earth, being consistent or stubborn, on a practicality and logistical way of going about things. So with the moon being here, it's an emotion. So an emotion and the way that you receive things is in a practical way. You tend to make a logistical reasoning behind why something occurred, and you tend to be consistent on the way that you look at it. Like, someone can't really change your mind very easily. The Taurus energy tends to be very grounded due to it being an earth sign. So once you figure what works and which emotion is best for you to kind of be in, like, where's your it's kind of funny, like the expression I think of is like get your mind right. You see what I mean? Like, you know how to get your mind right. And once you have that way to you get your mind right, and any way you want to take that, then boom, the moon in Taurus is a real good alignment because you have your foundation. You know what's right for you, and you know which emotional space you want to participate in. So with that being said, the moon being here, it's an exalted space. So the moon has different, and like the moon does different things in different spaces, so to speak. So like the moon in Scorpio is at fall, and the moon in Capricorn is at work, and the moon in Cancer is at home. But the moon in Taurus is exalted, so it's in the best space it could be. Like, whenever you have the moon in Taurus, it's so practical to the point that some people will see you working on something and say like, well, wait, should I even bother them? I mean, they got their own thing going on. They must know what they're doing. Like, they're already in that emotion that they're working on. So like, for example, like if you're a moon in Taurus and you do all your own work, so to speak, like if you were talking about music, you produce all your own beats and you do all your own lyrics and you do all your own videos and you edit everything yourself, somebody might see you as, okay, they already got it together, maybe I don't need to help them. So with the moon in Taurus, you need to be a bit more vocal as well. Even though you have this exalted space, you can't just say like, okay, I'm good here. You know, the way I go about things emotionally is always good. No, everybody needs to do self-evaluation. It's all about your spirit within. So, you have this moon in Taurus, so it's, you're able to use this is how your spirit is like interpreted. You see what I mean? This is how you receive those emotions. So whenever you actually have a practical way of going about things, say like, okay, this is the way I go about it, but hey, look, I want your help as well. You see what I mean? I want to see where you're coming from with it. You might be better than me at certain things, and this is where the Taurus energy can get real good because you're practical with the emotions. You're not going to be an individual that's just so stuck in the emotion to the point that you don't want to even express where you're coming from or express your feelings. So just continue to be practical with the way you go about things, but be practical with other people as well. The same way that you go about things emotionally, also deal with others emotionally in that same space. So whenever we're that's if you have the moon in Taurus in your chart. You see what I mean? You deal with this on an everyday basis. But if we're just going through the moon in Taurus, you want to do things that you are familiar with, things that you're consistent with. So to say, if you have a YouTube channel, you want to do videos on those days. You want to do videos on the Earth moons. It makes a whole lot of sense to do that. So what I'm saying with that is it becomes something that you're consistent on. You see what I mean? And with the Earth, it's a practical thing. So like, people will see like, oh, okay, they continue to be consistent. This makes sense. I can watch this at this period of time of the day. Okay, I didn't catch this video, whatever I was doing my practical things. Whenever we go to and maybe like an air moon, I can, or a mutable moon, I mean to say, that's a better one. If you go to a mutable moon and see like, okay, this is the way that they do things and this is the way it works for them, Taurus, you see what I mean? Then I can adjust to that mutable. See what I mean? So whenever we have that moon in Taurus going through the sky, if you're a content creator, you want to be able to, work on what you got going on and be consistent. So, I'm talking to myself here as well because I ended to get my job. You see what I mean? I kind of didn't really have the opportunities available to actually get some videos done and get them posted and everything like that whenever the moon was actually going in Taurus. So, I'm going to get back up on that. We're going to continue the moon through the houses. So we're gonna get right back on that whenever the moon go back to Taurus, and then we're gonna, you know what I mean, continue that moon through the houses series, and this is the moon series in general. You see what I mean? So I'm working on both those playlists at the same time. And sometimes the videos intertwine just to explain a little bit tangent. But yeah, so like I say, if you're a content creator, be consistent with those videos on the Earth moon. Or if you're promoting a business, make sure you put yourself on Front Street and express yourself. You see what I mean? Bring your emotion to the forefront on the Earth moon. And then whenever it goes to that mutable Gemini moon, it'll be like, oh, okay, they've already talked about this is the way that it works. So people will start talking about it, and then you'll be able to add on to that conversation and things like that. So it's all about setting things up for the next moon sign and continuing to build on that accumulation. So that way, when you get to the full moon, that way you're all accumulated and you don't have to worry about anything whenever the moon is opposite of the sun. So it's a really insightful thing. So to think about it, if you were going through Scorpio season and we're looking at the moon in Taurus, then it would be a full moon accumulation. So you'd want to just kind of lay low and do what's right for you. You see what I mean? In your own home kind of thing. Stay to yourself. If you aren't all the way accumulated, just be satisfied with what you got. You see what I mean? And then wait till the moon kind of moves past that sign, the Taurus sign. If it's a Scorpio sun, then the Gemini moon, and then whenever it's a Cancer moon or a trine, okay, you have a little bit more ability to go out and do things, just for an example of what I'm talking about, and how you could look at the moon through the transiting sky. And just to finish what I'm saying with the moon and the transiting sky, you want to do things that are practical for you. You see what I mean? But at this point in time, we have the planet of Uranus, pardon me, with in Taurus, I mean to say. So whenever we're looking at the moon in Taurus, our emotions are going to be lightning-like change. You see what I mean? We're going to have an unexpected change in what goes on in our emotional ways of going about things. So Uranus is the planet of unexpected change, but we're going to feel comfortable being consistent or stubborn and practical. You see what I mean? So whenever something unexpected happens, we just kind of want to just do things the way that we always do them, but it might be a new experience in general, so you might not even know how to be practical about it. So in those times, whenever we're we're about to hit the Uranus point and with the moon, you just kind of want to ride that Uranus wave and see where that emotion is taking you. Yeah, it might be unexpected and it might be out of nowhere, but just go with that and ride with the vibe. You see what I mean? And actually see why that is coming out of left field. So yeah, it's a good thing to look at. You'll see that unexpected thing come in whenever we have like these outer planets transiting the moon and things like that. So it's a good thing to look at whenever you're first getting into astrology. And that's the reason why I started with how to look at the natal chart. See what I mean? Before I even went into the moon and things like that. A couple of videos back, you can check that out. So yeah, that's pretty much the moon in Taurus in a nutshell. So much love and holla back at me. Peace out.